Okay, today we're going to tie the Chum Turd. And yeah, it's a pretty god-awful fly. And it comes from the bonefish world. They tie it usually in like a white or a cream for bonefish. So they brought it out here and they've been tying it for chum. And this is the tricolor. But you can tie it in a single color or two colors or whatever you want. You can really use your imagination. What you have to keep consistent is you use a bead chain eye, and this is just a saltwater hook with a straight eye, so you have bead chain eyes, and then a marabou tail, and then whatever body material you want to use. So since I split it up with two different colors on the body, I'm using two different types of material, but you could very easily use the same stuff throughout, and there's just a little bit of flash in here too. So this is the way we're going to tie it, and let's get going then. Okay, let's get a hook and a vise. And the hooks we're using today is a SS15 from Gamakatsu. It's a size 2. And then we're going to add some flashabou in this chartreuse color. And then for the tail, we're gonna use this fluorescent fuchsia marabou. Cerise is really a good color for chum, but fuchsia and cerise are pretty close. Fuchsia is just a little bit lighter. The back half of the body, we're going to use this purple polar chenille. And then we're going to use this cactus chenille and chartreuse for the front of the body. And the bead chain eyes we're going to use are size large. And I've already cut all these up into two eyes. But these come as just a big chain, like you'd use for dog tags or jewelry. Alright, the thread I'm using is a chartreuse. It's a 70 denier. You could go heavier if you wanted to, if it made you feel better. Okay, we're going to start back here right about at the point of the hook, and I'm just going to put a little bump of thread right here. And I use that bump to rest the bead eye against when I tie it in. So then the bead eye, we come in and we catch it right here and lash it down. Alright, when I do these, I get in sort of a rhythm. I'll go 3 times this way, and I'll go 3 times this way. And what you see is, at first it'll cant a little bit, so as you go the opposite way then, on the other way, that it'll draw it in. So we just do this a few times. 2, and here's the important part, is to come around here and make like helicopter wraps. See, I'm just going under both sides of the bead, and what that does is it draws the cross wraps you make, it draws them together, which then tightens the whole thing up. So now these are pretty good. Alright, so we'll do our tail. And what I did for the tail is I saved these pieces from other flies. If I use just the tip of a marabou feather, then I save the rest of them. So I'm going to take these two midsections that I have, and I'm just going to kind of marry them up, and that's what I'm going to use for the tail. I'm just being a little economical here, and the tail, just whatever looks good to you. I kind of like that length right there. We'll just tie this in real good right here and clip off our excess. Alright, and we'll take our flashabou. Okay, I've got 2 strands here that I'm going to capture underneath the thread, bring over to my side so they hang out. Hang to the back, and then tie those in. Then I'll take the other 2 and I'll bring them across to the other side and tie him in. And then I'll take all those pieces of Flashabou just past the tip of the tail and cut them off. Alright, now we are ready for the back half of the body. So we'll take this purple polar chenille, catch it right here, all the way back to the tail, come forward, get the thread out of the way, and then I'm just going to wrap this in really tight, close touching turns and stroke back all the fibers as I do it. And this will just gives it sort of a nice bushy little body back here with a nice little veil that's going to kind of go around that tail. I'm going to really crowd these bead chain eyes, so I build this up a little bit, and then I'll cross over and over the top, and then over the top again, and I come back to the other side. All right. So what I did was, I'll show you that again. I crossed over the top once, and I came underneath, and I crossed over the top the other way, and then I'm going to cross underneath to that close side again here, and then I'll make some wraps here in front. Now I'll just go a few here in front, and I'll tie this off, and then we'll finish up the body. Brush everything back. Okay. Now we'll tie in our cactus chenille. Capture that there, come all the way to the eye, and then again close, tight touching turns. I don't like the way that's laying. It looks better. Keep it all stroked back. Gives a nice fuller body. All the way up here to the eye. We don't really need to leave much for a head. Alright, now we can whip finish this. And add some head cement. And that's a tricolored chum turd. And if we have any weird stray fibers, it's okay. We can just trim those away. They're not going to hurt anybody. All right, there it is.